Hello, it's bake day. We have a wedding cake to deliver this weekend, and I would like for you guys to come with me on this journey of my big bake. Big bake because when you see this bowl, you know it's about to be a big bake, okay? By the way, I know I look tired. That's because I'm tired. I've had a long day. Aside that, please don't mind my appearance. This is why I don't like shooting BTS with myself in it. Okay, I prefer to just focus on what I'm doing so I can look homeless in this. But yeah, let's get baking. All of this is for my big bake, so don't you worry about my table looking all clustered. The control of my mixer broke. It's plastic anyways, but it broke. So guess who became creative? Thank God for tools like this. So this is what I've been using to control my mixer, because I'm not about to spend some money trying to fix this mixer. Okay, it's still working, it's still serving me. We're going to work with that. So basically what I'm doing is I am reducing my workload, right? I'm trying to reserve my energy. The process of creaming your butter and sugar together by hand is crazy for this amount of batter that I'm trying to make. So I am using my mixer to just cream the butter and sugar, and then I would mix the rest by hand. I'm still mixing, I think like 3 more times. Look at how lush this is. That's what we do here. Okay, this is just my fat and sugar, by the way. I haven't added anything else, and it's already looking this good. So you can only imagine what the rest will look like. By the way, this bowl will not contain everything that I have to mix, so I am going to have to use another bowl. I think I need to actually shop for bigger bowls, because this one is not enough again. It's not doing me again. This is why I like this silicone scraper. See how it's scraping the bowl. Nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. Next batch in. I use cups to measure my fat. I don't use scale, even though I can. I just, because of the students I teach, especially online, because I do not want people to be limited or narrowed down to like one option. So I converted all my recipes to both cups and grams. So if you're trying my recipes, then whether you have a digital scale or not, you'll be able to still execute, right? By the way, guys, I didn't mention this is currently about, I think this is 2.5. This is 2.5. I started all of this around like 4:30 ish, and that's because we did not have lights this morning. Yeah, NEPA decided to show themselves today. We're in band A, and for the past couple of days we've had lights like throughout. Basically, for some reason they decided today was the day they were going to like not give us lights. I was sure waiting, no, because me, I know that I cannot use my energy to mix this batter. Like, it's not like I can't, I would rather not. And so I'm like, I have to use this mixer. They did not bring this light since morning. I even went out to get some errands done and all of that. Still, upon I returned late in the afternoon, still no light. Okay, let's put on the gen. You know, when you really need your generator to come through for you the most is when it won't. And it didn't. Funny enough, I had already decided that, I say, now to mix this thing with my hand, I will just do it small. And then God surprised me. He knows that I'm a baby girl and I don't like stress. My heavenly daddy came through for me. NEPA restored power, and here I am conveniently making my cake batter, even though I would have preferred to have done this earlier, but you know, things happen. Sugar, some people would think I live in the wild Or like I live in the woods. You wouldn't know that my neighbor has a parrot that likes to scream as though they're squeezing the life out of it. The parrot is literally having such a great time messing up my vlogs. You guys should patronize me so that I can afford to get an industrial mixer where I can just mix once and even mix my entire batter in the mixer. This is why an apron is needed. By the way, before I started baking, I did all my calculations and wrote it down on a sheet of paper, which is here. Number one, I don't want to have to stress my brain while baking. I just want to flow. I'm sure I've said this severally, like a lot of my videos. I just like a very good workflow. I don't like stress. The work itself is stressful enough, okay? I don't want to task my brain too much when I'm working. So it's better for me to just be looking at my paper to confirm that I'm not doing rubbish. And for me to pause and then think and calculate, okay, how many have I put, how many am I supposed to put, because this is a big bake, right? So I like literally had to multiply my regular recipe a couple of times to get this quantity in one bake, or rather in one big mix. It's gonna end in tears if you miscalculate. Premium tears. Look at it, luscious. This is the right way to break your eggs into your batter, because you could have a stinky egg. That's a rotten egg, right? I remember I bought a crate of egg from someone in the market. You know, they'll tell you, oh, it's fresh, it's from the market. Even if you're buying it from a farm, they still do this because human beings really can just be very funny. This woman was just telling, oh, it's fresh, it's today they brought it. After I was baking up, I broke, I think I was using 3 eggs for that recipe, so I broke 2 eggs in, and then the third egg happened to be rotten and it spoiled my batter. It's better you just do this, okay, to be safe. Prevention is better than cure, you know what I mean?
Hey,
I'm a ball.
You are saying I should go
I'm
out.
a ball.
Shut up.
What are you looking
You
for?
are saying come my shop. Put on this carry water and I am sprinkling in my face.
What am I spraying in your face? I'm transferring this here because it's going to make it easier for me to beat the eggs. God, I beg. How did I write this thing? Trust me, guys. My fruit cake is the bomb. It's mad. I'm going to be adding browning just to darken the color of the cake a bit. This, let's mix that in. Oh, dry mix. Wet mix. Look at that, juicy. I like to add my addings generally for any kind of cake I'm making before completing my mix. So as you can see, there's still some bits and pieces of flour so that I don't end up over mixing my cake batter. Hello, it's day 2. We are decorating today. Yesterday I finished my baking by 10 p.m. I had to edit some videos from yesterday. I ended up sleeping by 2 a.m. I've been up since 6:30. I woke up 6:30 this morning. I had to quickly make small chops and keep them fresh in the freezer because I have some food platters that I'll be sending out tomorrow, small chops inclusive. So today, aside decorating the wedding cake, I also want to prep my stuff for tomorrow's food platters that I'll be making. So right now I just want to start trimming, layering, crumb coating my cakes before I cover them in fondant. I've also mixed my buttercream frosting. I also did that off camera. So yeah, let's get to work. First, I want to prepare my boards. Sorry for the background noise, guys. I live in a very noisy environment. If it is not parrot, it is secondary school students. I'm making a 3-tiered cake, and then I'm making a pillow cake. I did it last year, so my bride saw that video. She wants me to replicate that design for her. This board is my I don't even know what to call it, but it's obvious that I only use this for some kind of background work. I have to sterilize them, so I use edible spirits, which is basically vodka. I believe this is vodka, I don't know. But yeah, it's edible spirit. So you can also use alcohol, which is basically to just sterilize your stuff, to clean the back as well, because these are stacking boards. I am going to create holes in my separator boards or straw boards or stacking boards. So now I'm going to get the center of the board so that I can make a hole for my dowel rod. I like to use my scissors for this. My central dowel is going to be the pipe, so I want to use this to get the perfect hole for the pipe to pass through. So when you get your PVC pipes, of course you have to thoroughly wash and sterilize them. I have to test run this so that when I'm trying to stack my cake, it will not be a problem. This is the hole. I'm going to begin with my size 10 cake. Applying some glucose syrup to adhere my cake to my board. I'm going to be having a lot of cake scrapes. So I'm going to be putting them in my buckets that I use for my catering work. Transfer this to my board first. This cake is perfectly baked. I have to taste it. This is my cake leveler. Well, it's basically a leveler, but I use it to level my cakes. One thing about fondant cakes is if you make a mistake with your cake structure, how straight your cake is, how aligned it is, it will show. It will expose all your secrets. So it has to be perfect. You have to take your time when you're working with fondant cakes. I keep on sticking back in the fruits that are coming out. That's the hydrated raisins. So this is the last layer, and I'm going to be placing it upside down because you need a flat top. When you're trimming the sides of your cake, make sure you go gently, little bits, okay? Don't just rush in and cut off huge chunks from your cake. And we're also trying to get a smooth base for our fondant. You can see here is straight and smooth, whereas here we're having ridges and slopes. one thing I like to do with my crumb coat, especially for fondant cakes, is to add crumbs into it. So what this does is it helps fill any gaps, especially when I'm working with fruit cakes, because of the way the fruit tends to come off. So this just helps to like fill in all those gaps and make it like seamless. Hey guys, this is just 2:30 and I am exhausted. Sally, I'm thinking she can crash work. Oh my goodness, my back is already paining me and I've not started fondant. Like, I've not even made the fondant. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. I forgot to record when I was crumb coating the 3-tiered cake. So this is like half of the pillow. See, you guys should really appreciate me for this kind of content, because the moment I get tired, I just turn off my camera. Like, I'm not even in the mood to record, honestly. This is why fondant is not cheap. See the way I'm sweating. See my fondant. Look at it. You like? The recipe is on my YouTube channel. So check out my YouTube channel if you're interested in my fondant for all weather recipe. It's the D-Day and we are going to set up our wedding cake at the venue. This venue was at Ikorodu and it was about an hour 30 minutes drive from my place, and so it was quite a long drive. On this same day, I had 10 food platters to deliver to a client, and so I had to make that before leaving the house, even though I didn't finish up. So I left the fried rice and the stir-fry spaghetti for my assistant to complete for me. I didn't want to make it as early as I made the orders. If you are familiar with cooking, you know that anything that has fresh vegetables in it would spoil quickly, so it's always advised to make it very close to the delivery time or the consumption time. So here we finally arrived at the venue and we were just driving into the venue. I had an assistant for this day and I had to send her to the venue to set up the traditional wedding cake before I arrived there, because I was still busy with the food platters and I was running late. So I just went into the hall to see how everything was, and of course she did a very good job. After which I proceeded with shooting my content, and then we just waited for the entire program to begin. So my bride asked me to share the traditional wedding cake after the traditional wedding, and then we had to wait for them to finish, share that. The decorator was going to tear down the decoration after the traditional wedding and then do a reception setup. So during the course of that was when I was going to be setting up the reception cake. So I'm just going to leave now and let you guys enjoy the audio. I'm not yet here. Change to food the tray. Why did you mute your mic? I'm not hearing you. Add curry, add curry. No, this one is not curry now. I have to represent now.
Thank you.
owó ìṣíkíyàwó ni wọ́n pè é àṣàbí envelope ẹ̀sìn tó máa fi owó sínú bọ́ọ̀sì oyè ní pápá owó tó tó owó ẹ tó ṣí mọ́ ẹ máa bá mi gbé bọ́ọ̀lù lọ. Jókòó ẹni ní èjìká.
Àwọn ẹni bí ẹni èèyàn bí èèyàn. 8348 DLA. If peradventure you are.